So it's December 18th, 2017. It's a new moon today. New moon, new things. And here I am recording myself without really knowing why. But I have been thinking about starting to do some YouTube videos again. But here I am, this person who's just totally undefined in any real kind of way. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing most of the time. I don't see myself as anything really. I'm just here. And it seems sometimes that I might do busking, I might do healing, I might do writing, I might be creative, I might be able to help and assist people and guide people. I can also be a massive activator and catalyst for people's shit to release around. But this whole awakening process, this whole dissolution of selves that's been going on for a decade, I still don't know where I am in it at all, or who I am, and I'm not really sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But an urge that I do experience. It's like an impulse that comes through me. It's very similar to when I go busking. Like the big major reason behind me doing that is that it's an outlet for expression. It's therapy for self. It's also helpful for some other people. Sure, not everyone, but for some people, and it's a really cathartic process for me to release that expression somewhere, which isn't just with myself. The urge is to have it reach other beings, and the urge to express, the urge behind me doing the videos is a similar urge. Singing's different, obviously, but it's an outlet of expression. And then, so that makes me wonder, well, is there any value to my expression? Is there any fucking purpose or reason for me to express? Is it just all about me expressing? Or is it because I know at some level it's helpful to share it with other people? And that's what the urge informs me, is that it is. So a few days ago, 3 days ago, I was thinking again about videos, doing YouTube videos, but this is the sort of junk that goes through my mind in these considerations. Why the fuck would you do that? You haven't got anything to say. Look at all these other YouTube people that have specific channels where they're talking about specific stuff. You ain't doing that. You can't talk about busking the whole time. You can't talk about mental health issues the whole time. You haven't got any structure. You haven't got a nice, neat, formulated blur to show up in or with. That kind of stuff, you know. And then on the other side, it's like, well, maybe that's just who you are. Maybe it's the fact that you're disintegrated and all over the place and don't know who the hell you are, or what the hell you're doing, or why the hell you're here, but you just need to show up with that. Maybe there's some value in that. So I had these thoughts, and then I was out busking the other day, and a lovely guy and his daughter came over to talk to me, and he said it was the first time that he'd seen me out live busking, and that he'd only ever seen me on YouTube, which for me that was really strange to hear that, because I was like, how the hell would anyone find me on YouTube? Because in my little world, you only see me on YouTube if you've met me and I've told you I'm on YouTube. Obviously that's not how it works, but this guy's called Steve. Hi Steve. And yeah, he shared that he'd also seen some of my other videos, not the busking ones, and that at some level it had been useful. That's not his language. I can't remember exactly what he said. So I shared back, it's really interesting you share that with me, Steve, because I was thinking this morning about maybe I should do videos. I just don't know what the hell about. And then today I received a message on Facebook from a lovely couple that I met in a coffee bar in Torquay, who'd seen me busking. And we had a little bit of a chat. They were therapists. They were kind of feeding back that they could pick up there was something going on in my performance. There's a lot of emotion coming forth from me, and so I was sharing back how it is like therapy for me. And he messaged me to say that he'd watched some of my YouTube videos and some of the other stuff where I'm talking about other stuff, not busking, but the mental stuff or whatever, and that is helpful. And I was like, wow, that's like 2 people that have said that. Had a little conversation with my friend Jen, and then I went back to YouTube, and there was another message from a woman saying, thank you for sharing on in my blog, actually, and that she'd read something that I'd shared which had helped catalyse her awareness around her own journey. So that's like 3 little messages, things when they come in threes for me, it's like pay attention. So yeah, 3 little messages of why don't you just start sharing. And so I am. And there feels really like there's no point to, like there's nothing for me to share about. But the thing is I think there's value in humans sharing the shareable, sharing the unshareable, sharing the nothingness of sharing, just showing up basically, and just expressing in their true way just what's coming forth, because there's nuggets of gold that can be found when people do that genuinely for other people, and we don't necessarily know what those nuggets of gold are at any time. So yeah, the themes come up, and so I'm doing a video. As I was talking to my friend Jen about this today, me and Jen regularly chat on WhatsApp videos about the meaning of life and stuff. We're helpful to each other. This conversation came up, and we had a bit of a brainstorm and thought, we've often said it actually in conversations, like, shit, I so wish you just recorded what you just said, because that was awesome. And sometimes stuff comes out when we're on a particular theme, and it's like incredible where it comes from, and how articulate it's out, and how brilliantly it can explain something. But then when once it's out and it's gone, there's no grabbing it back or no repeating what it was that's come out. So we had a conversation today in our true sacral generator, styly, about wouldn't it be nice if we could create, I don't know what the platforms are yet, I don't know what exists, but like a video space that's more than one person, where we're just showing up and talking about maybe a particular theme, but somewhere under the umbrella of relationship, because that's where it all happens, and just seeing what gets pulled out of each other, and then having that recorded to share with other people. So that's what's birthing in the moment on the new moon, so that might be a good sign. Yeah, and other than that, I mean, I sit here struggling with myself because inside I'm kind of like, got nothing to say. And at the same time, there's loads I want to say, but I don't know about what. But I suppose the key message behind what I'm talking about here is just show up anyway. Just share anyway. Maybe if you're someone who you would like to have to share something somewhere where it's accessible to other people, and video is something that you want to do, you know, obviously YouTube's a great space for that, and people are finding amazing ways of being able to present and provide their sharings which are really helpful to other people, and we've all got totally different ways of doing that, and really it doesn't matter whether it reaches 1 million people or just one person. It's about being able to move in a positive way at least one other person other than yourself, and I really believe that every human has got that in them, to something to give. It might not be chatting to a video, it might, whatever it is, but just do it anyway, isn't it? Do it and let it be. And I'm being me. I'm sloppy as I'm unstructured. This is where I'm at the moment in my life since my collapse, my breakdown 10 years ago. Still in a state of everything crumbling and falling apart. No real structure has ever reformed since my breaking down. I'm perplexed and puzzled a lot of the time, but just have to come back to being in the now. And I can be quite a mess, and I don't have stuff organised, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and I don't have neat little organisational things going on at this time. There may be a change, there may not be, but it's about just doing it anyway. So thank you for the people that have appeared this week and over time, that have encouraged me and inspired me to keep sharing, even though I am befuddled about what that's about right now. Messages on the screen. So yeah, watch this space. Something may or may not happen. Bye.